My name is Heather Coco Senza, Coco Chanel, YSL, Mrs. Smith. Where is Dylan? Inmate Y12173. Putting on makeup, ticket stack. Says she's working, never that. Working is just not my jam. Remo mom with a master plan. Cadillac Cynthia, she blew up. Says it's stolen, sold for bucks. Team had to go crazy in her eyes. Calls a gang stalking nationwide. Tesla glare, headlights blink. Come in me, plate stalking is what she thinks. United States of Illinois. Crazy making curated lies. Stealing all of my stuff, spies. Fake eviction notice, surprise. United States of Illinois. Remo mom, cyborg mind, nefarious. The voices amplified.
Shout out to Alyssa and her mom.
Twins gone fast, text the boss. Sent the pic, that job was lost. Pregnant again in Chicago snow. Tinted Belmont toilet, no. I'm being tech box, can't you see? Held in a tent, conspiracy. Yacht club power extension cord. Hair dryer heat, fuck the law. They stole my kid, she screams online. A newborn in a tent, she's out of her mind. United States of Illinois. Healthcare expert beyond compare. Turkey mini loaf aroma in the air. They won't let me talk to my kids, unfair. United States of Illinois. Butter filters and ear tube mic noise. Look alive, investors hear my voice. Make it make sense, paranoid. Savior making faces at the cam. Gold pumps on, thinks he's glam. Eyebrows gone, that smile's a shame. Tight pants cutting off blood to the brain. Dresses like a lady, struts real proud. Thinks it's sweet made weed legal, what a clown. Doppelganger X, which one's real? Xavier's got a button, what's the deal? What is going on in his head?
Shout out to Dolly Parton.
¿Cómo es en este pinche mundo? Que una mujer está llorando, gritando, llamando a la pinche policía y nunca vienen. Pero cuando está raining outside, tengo mucho frío, no tengo fucking socks. They stole all my fucking socks. They stole all my fucking socks. Arrested, screaming, losing her shit. Don't take my mom, bracelets legit. Botox attack, half her face. They broke in and injected meat case. Pooping in her toilet again. Files police reports to the end. Feed lot the kids' names scrambled tight. None of them is shit, she's not too bright. Says they remotely make her piss in her car. Excuse me, miss. United States of Illinois. I wanna file charges on everybody. Where are my sponsors? Somebody. The United States of Illinois. Pancakes and duster. It's a turn up.
Hello, you guys. Welcome to Feral Friday. Hope you're all doing well. So Heather had court. I seen a whole bunch of people asking if there was an update. There's like a non-update update. Local Coco gave us a bit of an update. It says there's no update, but there's some interesting information. So no court update, unfortunately. Family was called last minute and was told they needed to come, or they didn't need to come. So even they have no idea what happened. One thing I do know, Heather will not be getting more pics of the baby after posting them online. They were actually sent to Xavier, but since Heather took over his phone as her second phone, she took them and was posting them online. So like Xavier can't be trusted with pictures of his own kid anymore, so that sucks for him. So that's like the little bit of an update we got. She didn't go to jail because she was posting. She reposted the video where she was like, I get out of bed and I blah, 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 blah. So this was posted on Hurricane 19 hours ago. So she's not in jail, but I don't know what she's doing. She didn't post any other update that I saw or anything. I don't think anything was updated online. As far I don't like the case with Weston, so I don't think it's open to the public. So we just kind of hear from word of mouth until Heather gives us some kind of crazy update. So I don't know anything as of yet other than that. And then she did like an hour's worth of live streams this week. An hour and 1 minute of live streams. I don't know how much of it is silence. I don't think a lot of it is silence. I think I edited out some silence in one of them because it was glitchy, and I can't remember exactly what happens. She went walking around to Nordstrom's with a broken heel and was acting all weird, like a wounded animal. Limping.
Hi, you guys. I have to take my last order of the day because it is absolutely pouring. It seems like it might be clearing up. But we've been doing this since like 1 or 2. Yesterday, I did get to see my son for a few minutes, which was great. My older son.
So she posted a whole bunch of pictures about that. I'm not going to show them. And she was also posting pictures of her other kid too, her kid who has a kid because she's a grandma now, and I don't think she wants Heather to be doing that. So that's nefarious.
But not.
So this was after that.
That long. So. But it did feel good to see him. But I just want to make sure, that
I've not seen a strange brew.
Okay.
No.
You already know. If you know, then you already know.
No, you know.
So
Betty Davis says, thank you for the cheers.
Everyone is having a safe time in this weather. Xavier and I were discussing children's toys and movies from our childhood. Super nostalgic. Do you guys remember that game, Chutes and Ladders? And that other game, with like the marbles that you put on the paper, and if it got like too heavy, they fell through and you lost. And like, do you guys remember Moon Shoes? Those Nickelodeon Moon Shoes? We were talking about those.
Do you guys remember Moon Shoes? So Loco Coco uploaded a censored version of all the crap that Heather posted to the Instagram. So I'll show you guys that version of it since it's censored. But this is, I think, one of the reasons why she's not allowed to, or Xavier's not allowed to fucking have anything anymore. I don't know if there's music to this. Is there music? Yeah. Yeah, we can't listen to music. But this is what she posted. A whole bunch of this crap. So, thank you, Loco Coco, for editing that out. Oh, Megan. So that's what I was talking about.
Discussing doll houses. Remember the original like plastic Fisher Price dollhouse that had like the parents and the family members that didn't have like movable limbs? They were just like plastic figurines. And then we were discussing how many of you guys took outdoor and indoor ed at 7th grade? When you would do outdoor education, indoor education, the outdoor education was like
Broke down Nissan. Thank you for being a good little angel. I think that's Honda teacher, right?
It's like you see me in pain because I need to go potty, and you're putting on a skirt. Like, what the fuck is going on? The real Xavier doesn't cross-dress. I don't know who the fuck this guy is. I think there's a gay one, a straight one, a bisexual one, a heterosexual one, a married one, a single one, a doppelganger, 2 or 3, literally.
At Lexi_Lily super chatted $4.99. Happy Feral Friday, everyone! Party popper, 2 hearts, dancer, dancer.
Thank you, Lexi. Thank you for the 5.
2-day ropes course. And the indoor education was like, we dissected a frog.
That wasn't a class for me. At least I don't think it was. I never dissected any frogs in school. Did you guys?
So scary.
Probably, you guys probably did.
And then, what else did we do? We did.
You mean PE, physical education? I don't even think we did. That was like gym.
goodness. We were discussing this too. Do you guys remember the
Michelle, thank you for being a member for 11 months.
scientific formula? When you would do like a science experiment and you'd have to like first learn all of the parts of the Bunsen burner and the lab tubes or the tube test tubes and like the pipette dropper and like droplets and all of that.
Biology, that makes sense.
And then you would have to write down like the purpose of the experiment, the name of the experiment, the purpose of the experiment, your hypothesis, and then like the steps of the experiment. Like add 2 milliliters to the test tube. You know, put it over the
What kind of experiments was she doing? Utah girl, thank you for being a good angel for 11 months as well.
Bunsen burner, or like cover the contents. And then you'd have to write your hypothesis after that, I think, or maybe it was before that.
No, you gotta do your hypothesis first.
And then you'd write your conclusion, like what you actually saw. I was saying how like all these weird things that they've been doing are like 5th grade, you know?
You dissected a pig?
Like, yes, obviously, if you observe a plant growing in sunlight, it looks great. And if you put this...
I didn't watch this one. I was only 6 minutes. I missed the whole thing by the time I knew she was live, so I was like, I'll just save it for Friday. What the fuck does she mean by that? Oh, that's great. A plant growing in the sunlight. Danielle Rogers, thank you for becoming a good little angel. I have to rewind that. What the fuck is that? What are you talking about, Heather?
If you observe a plant growing in sunlight, it looks great. And if you put the same plant or seed in the shadows with no way to grow, it doesn't grow, right? We learned that in...
That wasn't a science experiment, though. That's just like common sense from years of people being on the planet.
Literally like the 5th or 6th grade. So we were just discussing that. And like the sock hops. Did you guys have jump rope for heart? Where you would go around and like get donations to jump rope?
I do remember that.
And you would all go into the gymnasium with those jump ropes that had like those beads that looked like rigatoni or like penne pasta.
Yeah.
And then like...
It's interesting to me that she described it as pasta, but I know exactly what she's talking about here, actually.
Yeah, I did. And then you would just like be jumping rope for like an hour, and whatever kid could jump rope for the longest got a trophy. We did that. So anyways, I just wanted to check in and give an update.
You guys didn't have that? We had that in Canada. Yeah, you just I don't know. It was like, you know how you do a running thing sometimes and you go door to door and you ask them, hey, you want to like give me $1 for every mile that I run or something? And then they do that. It was like that, but it's like, you want to give me $1 for every hour that I jump rope or something? I don't think it was an hour. I can't really remember, but I remember like being in the gym and everyone was just jumping rope and it was for some cause or something. I can't remember the cause. Apparently Heather Gillespie knows more about it or remembers more about it than I do. And then yeah, the jump ropes, they all had that pasta on it. I don't know what else I would just say plastic. There's plastic around the ropes.
Just doing work, deliveries.
Plastic pasta.
Transportation specialist. Yeah. So I still haven't been able to reach my daughter since January 15th.
I don't think she wants to talk to you. It's been half a year.
She might be mad at me for posting my family photos, but
So let's post more of them?
at the same time, I try to explain to her, and none of this is my children's fault, you know? Like, the things these people have done to me are not my fault either, you know, but they're most certainly not my children's fault. So, I don't know. I just always think about that and, like, to fix it. I want to buy a house this year. If anyone has any info on the first time home buyers program, that would be great. But yeah, that's Friday.
Do you guys remember these? Since we're like going down memory lane for some reason, guys, this is what I think about when I think of plastic beads. These little lizard guys. I love making these little lizard guys. I had so many of these. Good times. Good times being in the 90s.
You guys remember that TGI Friday lineup? That was like, what was on that? What were the shows? Was it Step by Step? Sabrina the Teenage Witch? There were like 4 or 6 shows that I would always be so excited to go home and watch on Friday nights. I think it was on Channel 7.
Chill, okay. Thank you for the star.
I don't really watch a lot of TV anymore, but those were classics.
They took Hockey Night in Canada off of cable, and everyone got mad in Canada. But who even has cable anymore? I was surprised people still had cable. Bean, thank you for the flow state. Who has cable? Do you guys have cable?
Xavier, do you want to say hi? I don't know who those people are.
People that are stalking me on Instagram.
I didn't even know Xavier had an Instagram. We've been together for 4+ years. Are you doing something inappropriate on there?
No.
Are you sure?
I'm just trying to get back into the basketball stuff.
What are you doing on the iPad, Xavier?
Yes, my lip gloss is called Wifey by Morphe. Oh, fashion posting is good.
Tilly, thank you for the DJ cat. I'm trying to make a poll for us. Oh, it's not letting me.
Anyways, we haven't seen Weston since April 20th. So, just trying to stay positive and focused throughout all of that. And, I don't know.
Thank you for the flow state, Bean.
So, have a good night. If you guys are out driving, be careful because it's raining a lot. And there's like some flooding that we just passed through. So, be cautious.
So this is, I don't know how many days later. This was the crazy day, I think. This was the day that she did like 4 live streams, I think. Was it 4?
1 second.
It started with an Instagram live stream.
The Clark location.
It's not a Heather live unless the turn signal's on.
The Clark Street location.
She doesn't like Xavier going, but she likes hearing forever.
And while I was doing so, I started reading all of this additional literature about protein not actually being a muscle building amino acid. And I was like, how could this be possible, right? And
She's a bodybuilder.
as a weightlifter, my whole entire bodybuilding career has been spent consuming protein for ROI on mass and muscle development. Not just mass, because I've liked to have very kind of prominent muscular definition, but not like
Heavy lifter.
be bulky. You know, I want to stay like around 120 to 130 pounds.
I like how people just want Xavier. You just think, Xavier.
I'm
Where's
sorry
Xavier?
for blocking the sidewalk. Have a great day. Xavier, please hurry. We're blocking the sidewalk. But anyways,
What is he doing? Can he hear you if he's in a store? Is he petting a cat or something?
I want to maintain about 123 pounds, and for most of it to be lean and muscular, with the exception of breast tissue.
She doesn't want her boobs to be muscular, yes.
And a little bit of softness around the thighs and like butt, you know. I don't want to have
Actually don't know, let's find out.
a
That's the stream that she said the United States of Illinois, because I think it's medically illegal. Let's find out.
huge rear end, like not a BBL rear end. I don't want that one. I want
Yeah, no, it's recreationally legal. What was she talking about then? About here, let's go find out why she said the United States of Illinois.
just, you know, a regular sized one.
Just a
Babe,
regular
do you
size
need the
butt.
trunk? Okay, let's get going. I'm giving a live update, so just so you know. Do you want half of my True Fruits?
No, it's okay.
Are you sure?
What's that? Oh, no, it's okay.
Okay. Um,
Water.
He's just a dragger, bro. He's a lingerer. Xavier, hurry up, please. Pardon me, sir.
At Lococo.com is all super chatted $10. Steve is a badass. Thank you for all you do.
Oh, thank you, Loco Coco. You're a badass. We're both badasses. Here it is. I don't know what she says here, but let's find out. So, marijuana in the United States of Illinois is still illegal federally, but that's wrong because I just had, hold on, reopen close tab. Is weed legal in Illinois? I spelled Illinois wrong, but it says, yeah, it is both recreationally and medically really. She said she went to dispensary to get her weed last time.
But law enforcement, keep making me the bad guy in your story. Or is law enforcement back on my side now? Who knows who's playing for who? Can we get some jerseys in this bitch?
At Godzilla God King super chatted $10. Steve, I'm going in blind to this man. I only know crazy fake accent Heather Law. I have no clue what is happening here. I thought that guy in the back was her special needs child. Catch me up loudly crying.
No, so the guy in the back is her baby daddy. Heather is an interesting character. She was on Love After Lockup, and she's just like a mess. The guy that she was with on Love After Lockup, Dylan Smith, she still talks about pretty much every day, and says that they are following her. She's like a targeted individual. What else? There's a lot of stuff. She's lost custody of all of her kids. She's technically a grandma now. Grandma Heather Gillespie. There's probably more stuff I'm forgetting, but in a nutshell, she's just crazy. Right now, she's getting evicted. She already got evicted. She went to court. They said, get the fuck out. You have till this date. And then she was like, no. And then they're like, they extended the date. And then she's still not out. Right now, she's still not out. And then she had court yesterday for violating the court orders. They said, don't mention the judges or the judge or anyone else involved in the case regarding custody of her most recent kid that she was having in a tent. So they took the kid away from her because she was trying to have him in a tent. So that we're waiting for her to get evicted. Basically, she's already been bad. She had her bad door batter rammed down once before when she was evicted. So I want that to kind of happen. I thought she might have been in jail today. Like I thought they would have put her in jail because for like attempted courtship, but guess not. Maybe they're just like, she's too crazy. I can't put her in jail. Let's see what this is.
The United States of Illinois is still illegal federally, which means you
It's not though.
cannot severely impacting our overall reach and the ability that our reach has to take our points seriously. A huge one that I'd like to bring up is the use of marijuana. Marijuana in the United States of
Thank you for the
Illinois
sparkle,
is
Sally.
still illegal federally, which means you cannot cross state lines with it. Legally, people do it all the time.
So that's where the United States of Illinois thing came from. It's just wrong, though. It's weird. That's from recently, too.
I don't know. Sorry, I get so distracted sometimes. Anyways, what I was saying is I'm trying to master the art
Oh, it's legally, federally everywhere. Yeah.
of
Shows how much I know. I don't know.
food consumption with regards to caloric intake. And without going by any of the books, so NASM, NCCPT, ISSA, I already know all of what they have to say about it. And I've been bodybuilding intermittently for what? When did I start lifting? 15, 20 years ago? 15 years? So I'm trying to just disregard all of that in an effort to see what works for me in a calorie deficit. Now, for anyone in the audience who thinks that it is no influencer, no civilian, I don't consider myself an influencer, by the way. I consider myself a regular lady. Professionally, I have a whole
Oh, but a regular lady. But, no, she doesn't really influence anybody.
bunch of careers, right? A whole bunch, right? There's pretty much a lot of careers, and not just things I've tried for a day or two, but things I have years worth of experience in doing. Lots of things. However, with regards to bodybuilding and fitness, I am not a doctor trying to tell you how to do anything with your diet. I'm just a lady who knows what's recommended by NASM, NCCPT, ISSA, the federal government, etc.
I don't know any of those acronyms. I don't know what they stand for, but she's a bodybuilding fitness influencer, not influencer today.
And I would like to engage in variations of those recommendations based on successes that I have personally had with regards to maintaining at a certain weight and physical density. There are tons of circumstances and factors that cause the exact composition of your body to be really not in your control. Also, our body compositions change throughout the day. All sorts of things contribute to body composition changes.
But, like, how much? In a day?
If I've been eating
I don't know. I mean, like, your fingers can get wrinkly in the shower. Yeah.
one meal a day for the last while, mind you, I am suppressing my appetite sometimes. So there is hunger at times, but I am suppressing my appetite and I am not feeling any sorts of lethargy or mental confusion, and I'm feeling okay.
She says she's only eating one meal a day, so these chocolate strawberries is the only thing you're eating today?
Also,
I doubt it.
I grew up on the food pyramid. So there were 3 levels to the food pyramid.
I like just picturing Heather Gillespie, like, living on top of a pyramid that's just kind of, like, has pictures of food on it. I live on the food pyramid. I grew up on it.
They separate food into the basic groups of dairy, meat,
Sugar? I think she says sugar is one.
sugars, dairy, meat, sugars, vegetables, and fruits, right? Am I missing one? And starches. Yeah, starches. So like the bottom level of the pyramid where I grew up, it
It's grains.
was meat, starch,
There's no sugar or starches.
veggie. And then the next level, I think it was something like that. And then the next level was like fruit, dairy. And then the top level was like sweets, you know, and it was like you were supposed to have less of the top and like an equal balance of the rest. The first level you were supposed to.
Heather failed this assignment in school. The top of her food pyramid was like candy canes and lollipops, and the teacher was like, all right, well, you got the rest of it right. What is this? Just look. This is the food pyramid. What are you talking about?
Have your plate divided into 3 even like sections. And that's how we ate. I've discussed this tons of times for my children and myself. While I was a child, we had a meat, usually like a mashed potato or like a fry or like a potatoes Vesuvios or like a Greek potato or something along those lines.
Greek kebabs.
Sometimes, yeah. Or we'd have like rice pilaf or like jasmine rice or like regular rice or like rice-a-roni. And then a veggie, usually a side salad. And my mom's side salad were always either all iceberg lettuce or mixed iceberg lettuce with romaine and cherry tomatoes or regular tomatoes and cucumber slices. We didn't put like anything weird in our salad, like any of this like
Vesuvios. I've never heard of this kind of potato. What is let's look it up. Let's find out.
all these new salads that are like blue cheese with thinly sliced apples in the shape of a heart with carrot shreds. Yeah, and like sweet savory apple bacon with a hint of Gouda and 4 different lettuces. We just had like the
Is an Italian American dish originating from Chicago, named after Mountain Vesuvius. What are they though? What is that? Oh, I get it's roasted potato wedges with olive oil, garlic, and oregano, and then simmering them in savory lemon butter and white wine sauce. Tossed with bright green peas. Bright green peas.
basic, delicious side salad. It was like a palate cleanser after you had the meat and potatoes of the meal. And then we washed it down with milk or water. My mom never let us have soda or juice, ever, growing up. And I was the same with my children. When they got a little bit older, and like as I had like less money available for entertainment, I would start like getting creative, and we would make like candy salads.
Candy salads?
Fun. Oh, excuse me.
I don't remember this part. Like just a bunch of candy mixed together, and you're like, it's salad.
And I would let them drink soda and juice, but never with their meals, you know? So, yeah, I'm thinking about doing that. I'm thinking like protein. Have you guys tried the Beauty Brew? The Beauty Brew beverage from Protein Bar? There's one on Clark near, it's kind of like 3 blocks away from Nordy's, I want to say. It's right by the Westin at the river, the Westin Hotel at the river.
Right, a lot of good things come from Chicago. Heather's not one of them.
Isn't it Protein Bar downtown? Oh, and there's one at Northwestern Hospital. No. That the Kingsbury one is the Clybourne. That's what you're thinking of, Clybourne. Yeah. So anyways, the beverage is a scoop of collagen, a scoop of protein, and espresso mix over ice or hot.
Her one meal. Go with the grapes and that.
I know people in the morning. You know?
Don't know. Her thing was glitching here. I like this. Can we ask the sponsors to buy Xavier a mic? Xavier does need a mic, man.
Mm-hmm. Which one?
It's surrounded by its own grass and the grounds that it's on. There's like a big front yard. I don't know about the backyard.
I can never hear what Xavier's saying. Even if I go in and I bump it up, all I hear is background noise. And then Xavier... he does need a mic. No, he doesn't need a bike. Heather would be losing him all the time. He'd get hit by a car.
Mm.
I guess each building is very niche. But people will overpay to watch it. So that's what I'm saying.
We did multiple hotel reviews yesterday. We spoke about the Peninsula. We spoke about the Waldorf. We spoke about the Gwen. We spoke about the W.
Where did she speak about these and who to? It wasn't on the internet. So, like, she's walking up to people on the street. Have you heard of the Waldorf? Have you heard of the blah, 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 blah?
Spoke about the residents. We spoke about the
Maybe just her and Xavier spoke about it.
Trump. We spoke about the... We didn't speak about Eurostars. When I used to stay at Eurostars...
Maybe she's planning on just staying at a hotel. I hope not. She said she doesn't know how to get an apartment yet. She's been, independent and has had her own place since 18, but she doesn't know how to get an apartment anymore. So I could see her and Xavier. They should have some money saved. If they don't have any money saved, I'll be very surprised. Just wasting their money on hotels and lying in bed complaining about shit until the sponsors give them money or something.
It was called the Dana Hotel. And you know, there's nothing wrong with it, but when it was the Dana, I didn't like it as much as I like it now that it's Euro.
It might be escorting. Yeah, maybe. Allegedly.
Stars.
So that's where it cuts. Then she's solo in, I guess this is Nordstrom's? I don't know. This is some shoe store or something. And she's being really weird in this. She's like filming people. I think this actually, hold on.
Non-predatory environments only, exclusively.
That music's gonna get copywritten. I was waiting for her to move. Get at it. Go, Heather. She's not saying anything though. Get away from that speaker. Alright, I think we're good.
Hey, listen.
Let me see what these pieces of shit are saying. Fucking pieces of shit.
Feeling better now that you destroyed my time? Should I just stand here like this? Would that make you feel better?
Save that shit for Dr. Gable, you fucking bitches.
At Godzilla God King super chatted $10. For the folks that don't believe it, look up USDA 1992 food pyramid. Bottom was grains, then fruits and veggies, then dairy and protein, and sugar at the made with the help of cereal core.
That, I'm trying to see if that's... I can't see it, but thank you for the 10. Did they originally put sugar at the top of the food pyramid and then take it out after? Because my food pyramid that I grew up with, it was grains and then meat, and then dairy, Grains, meat, dairy. Watch, I'm gonna fuck it up now. I don't know what the other one was, but it wasn't sugar. To just show up the other shit. Oh, vegetable. Grains, meat, dairy. Fruits and vegetables, I think, were the same one. I don't eat fruits and vegetables. That's why I don't remember it. So she's just walking around in this. One of her heels is broken too. She complains about that. It's one you grew up on too? Yeah, it's crazy they were putting sugar on the food pyramid. No, not really. I ate more vegetables than fruit. I can't remember the last fruit I ate. Tomatoes a fruit? I eat lots of tomatoes. That's a fruit. They did. The nefarious they. No, I got vitamins. I take vitamins. And this is where... I think this is where I came in originally, and I was like, is this Xavier filming? But it wasn't. It was Heather. Xavier's in the car or something. I don't know where Xavier is here. But maybe? Her right foot turns in. She starts acting all, or she starts walking all weird, like. Instead of just how she was walking before, like this. She's a very dramatic person. To be a weirdo. If there was someone filming Heather like this, she wouldn't appreciate it. She'd be angry. She'd say that Dylan sent him. Or the... I don't know. Someone else evil. David Shepard. I think I said this live, but it almost feels like she's casing the place out. Or she's just gonna start. I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird vibe. Heather Gillespie's been extra weird lately. Just doing a swap. Quick swap. Swaps her broken heel out for one that's not broken.
So overnight, someone did
to my boots. Let me show you.
I don't know why she's so quiet.
Into both heels of my only boots, so that I would fall on the floor while I walk, and I don't have any other boots. So if there's any advocacy, I work 7 days a week.
Where is she walking to? Xavier runs the food out. She just stays in the car and drives. Should she even be driving in heels?
Without exception. I have 4 children currently trapped in this hell, and I would like to replace my boots, pay my car payment, my insurance, and the city of Chicago ticket that I have due on the 19th.
Why did she grab her sunglasses like that and get a fingerprint on it? Anyways, what, she thinks someone's just gonna be sitting, scrolling through Instagram like, this person has 4 children and her shoes. Dude, I should fucking cash app her. $1 million. Like, is that what she's expecting? She's always like, 4 children. I don't give a shit. Show the helium? You guys want to see the helium? I don't know. Has a little dot there. What's that about? Is anybody a shoeologist? I don't know what that means.
Saturday up here, yes, Saturday up here.
Should you get them rehealed? Maybe she should start a thing. Okay, it glitched. That's my bad. So then she puts the phone down here. If you look at this, I don't think this is Heather, but it almost looks like someone's like bending down. Maybe to put, to change her shoe, but she's touching her phone here, so I don't think like. Maybe, I don't know. It's hard to tell because I'm not good with angles and stuff. I'm not a. I don't know what that is. A camera guy. Even though I should be, probably, in some kind of sense. I think she's just either stealing perfume or trying perfume on them. I think this reflection is her. And you can hear the bottles. Yeah. Husband, yeah. And now this is where she starts walking like all weird. I mean, I don't know why I'm stopping to say this, because I don't think she talks during this. What if she did switch the shoe, and now she's walking all weird like this to make it look like she came in with the broken shoe, but really she's walking out with good shoes, but she's like, I really gotta play it up now, and just pretend that I'm like limping around, and then they'll never know that I took the shoe. I think it's that? I didn't think of that. I didn't think of that before. She wasn't really walking like this before, even though the shoe was messed up. On her other plan? Which plan? Even if we're in the purse, though, it shouldn't stop like that. It's like she's walking like... Should just be one smooth... Like, it's not like a chicken head, right? Like, we should just be... I get the swinging, but not the... staggered pace. She's just a nut. I'm live. Proof I didn't steal. I didn't even think about that. They always say that though. About my cows. I was live. It was on live. I have the video evidence. Show us your heel. I want to see the heel now.
Me. So today
And that's the end of that live.
we are discussing for future generations what is the difference between a predatory and a non-predatory person, place, thing, group, environment, situation, etc.
Featuring the blinker.
Thank you for joining us. My name is Heather. I have 4 children, Vivi, Lewis, Weston, and Alexis. Not necessarily in that order. Also, my daughter has a child, Alora.
Why do we need to know her name?
I am here to discuss this topic because it is a very strong belief of mine and many other people from my demographic that there...
What's her demographic? I'm really curious, actually. What's your demographic? Insane redhead? Wonder Twin, thank you for coming to Get Little Angel.
should be safety in the world
Targeted individual.
for people who believe in non-predatory environments with morals and values and ethics. In order to make a determination as to whether you agree or disagree with that, you would first have to understand what predatory environments, people, places, and things are. For the most basic understanding of what that is, I would say we should ask ChatGPT, which I have done prior to making this. And ChatGPT is a good reference that is using actively the dictionaries, I believe Oxford, literary publications that have been transferred from black and white paper onto the internet into different forms. And it's important to understand that while we are revisiting these ideas from the perspective of ChatGPT being our source, we have to remember that it is possible for there to be slight variations in understandings or explanations.
She's been really grooming ChatGPT to get it to say nice things about her. I don't know if it's necessarily been working, but she was really upset that... What wouldn't it do? It wouldn't slander David Shepard. That's what she got mad about. ChatGPT won't say that David Shepard did all these nefarious things. Starface, thank you for being a Gillian Angel for 11 months, by the way. I wonder... Remember that time we asked ChatGPT about Heather Gillespie and it sourced me? I was like, wow. I don't know if it still does that, but that was a fun time.
A non-predatory set of circumstances or group of people would be, you know, that feeling in your heart when...
In my heart? Cholesterol? That feeling in my heart? Patty, thank you. I appreciate you. Mamma mia.
not worried about anything, when you don't have to be
Well, thank you for the disco ball, Wonderful.
on guard for your personal safety, when you've had all of your needs met, when there's no one harming you in any way, when the people around you are kind or at the very least peaceful, that would be non-predatory. Predatory would be a sort of environment or interaction that makes you feel bad inside. Makes you feel
Wait,
like
did she say fat inside?
that makes you feel bad.
Okay, never. I thought she said fat.
Inside.
I was like, what?
Makes you feel like someone is trying to harm you, or like the environment that you're in is unsafe. For clarification on predatory or non-predatory behaviors, environments, and persons, you would have to very much use critical thinking skills to make a determination on a case-by-case set of circumstances. I have a place where I live each night. It's called an apartment. During
That you're evicted from, you're not supposed to be in there.
day, I live out and about in the city, doing my job as a driver. And sometimes I stop into the mall or a restaurant, and I do my best to always interact with others in a way that is non-predatory, meaning I am polite to them.
You film them without their consent or their knowledge.
Say, hello, how are you? I say, please. I say, thank you. I say, you're welcome. I do my best to stay as consistent as possible in engaging pleasant interactions
Nah, she still hasn't moved out of the apartment.
with others.
I can't believe it, actually. Like, I literally can't believe it. It's insane to me.
If I make a mistake, because none of us are perfect.
I think all of us, maybe not all of us, a high majority of us would not just stay in the apartment we were evicted from without paying. She hasn't paid rent for like 6 months. She must be rich. It's insane. You can't do that. You can't. The poor fucking landlord.
I say I'm sorry, and I try to do better next time. Last night, or the night before, after I took my boots off in my apartment where no one is supposed to have access, someone...
You're not supposed to have access anymore.
...did this. I'll show you.
Xavier did it. Okay, well, there's the thing. This was after the mall, unless she kept the other boot.
To the bottom of my boots. Both boots have one of those inside of them. So when I'm walking, it makes it very easy to lose traction. The better the flooring, the more, you know, smooth the surface, the more difficult it is to gain traction.
My favorite food. I love them so much.
It's gonna be fine. We're gonna have pancakes and smoked duster all day. Woo! It's a turn up!
At Rocky Ramirez 831 super chatted $9.99, so she wants credit for being phony?
Yeah, pretty much. That's it, Gillespie, before I think you're rocking for the 10.
Because I have not been permitted to save any of my money.
Wait, what do you mean not permitted to? What have you been doing with the money? Like, if you can't afford Botox and lip injections and eating out every day, don't do that shit.
Let's stop right here for the ambulance! Everybody watching for this ambulance, we need to identify this ambulance. Clearly you're trying to intimidate. Ambulance. Flage, fake as fuck, Flage. 870107. Murder them. Ha ha ha!
At Cindy underscore
Yes.
102 super chatted $10, she is the most narcissistic person I've ever seen. She's squatting in this place at this point. She is not polite, pleasant, or even apologetic in any way. She's going to see her crap on the street.
I wouldn't be surprised if she just stays until the lease was supposedly up, because she had a lease, she said, for 2 years, but they wanted to terminate it after 1 year because they're terrible fucking tenants, and I don't think she's supposed to actually have Xavier there. She could have just had him on the lease, but I don't think... She wants, like, her own place to, like, be able to kick Xavier out and stuff because she's an asshole. Where's I going with this? Oh, because I can see her just staying until, like, it's up, and then she's like, okay, well, that's what I was supposed to, but her just not paying rent at the same time, which is not fair to the landlord, and no one else should get away with this. She shouldn't get away with this. I don't know, man. She pisses me off. Thank you for the 10, Cindy.
Even though I work 7 days a week, I don't have a budget for replacing my boots. In the real world, when we work more hours, we earn more money. But here where
get a real job that isn't a gig job.
they keep me,
where you have to keep track and pay your own taxes, opposed to a job like, I don't know, at Dunkin' Donuts, where you're just taxed on your paycheck, I'm assuming, right? Maybe America's different. Usually your taxes are taken out of your paycheck, but I don't think it is for Uber or DoorDash and YouTube and stuff like that.
if I work 12 hours or if I work 7 hours, I seem to make not what I was promised. I don't think that I have the ability to force someone to pay me more. And I think
she's sending DoorDash emails. I want this much more money, or else what? I'm not being permitted to save my money. Lauren, thank you for the goat trophy.
Forcing someone would be predatory. So I keep asking.
Oh, it would be predatory to ask for a raise? Okay. I mean, like, you can ask DoorDash for a raise. I don't think they're going to give you one.
Very nicely. I use the information that's true to who I am as a human being, Heather Gillespie, mother to my 4 children, Viviana, Lewis, Alexis, and Weston. My first husband was Lewis. My second husband was Orlando. My third husband was Dylan. And now it's Xavier. But Xavier's been...
Dylan was never your husband. Even, like, she could say, I don't know, I'll let the husband thing slide for the people she has kids with, but you didn't have any kids with Dylan was this fucking, I would call a fling. The most of your relationship was spent with him while he was in jail. And then when he got out, you guys, like, blew up and broke up. So how the fuck are we classifying Dylan as a husband? You wackadoodle.
Very weird, obscure behaviors. I do my best always to take care of myself first, oxygen mask on.
Yeah, my 4th husband is my wife.
And then worry about the oxygen masks around me. I'm not quite sure in this set of circumstances how I can do better. With regards to my resume and formal training, I have over 10 years of experience actively working in the medical field in both clinical as well as administrative capacities.
She was a receptionist. She made pamphlets about diabetes, and I don't think anyone asked her to make these pamphlets either, but she took it upon herself, and that's what she did. And over the years, it has evolved into all this other stuff that never fucking happened. She's been watching Grey's Anatomy or something. Hardworking diva, thank you for being a member for 7 months.
My roles here in the downtown area have included administrator for endocrinology and rheumatology for several doctors within Northwestern Memorial Hospital's organization. I've worked in many other doctors' offices and clinician offices. If you include my education formally, I have probably closer to 15 years of medical experience, medical law and ethics.
Heather's probably the least ethical person that I've seen on the internet.
The understanding of not only what is deemed clinically correct, but what is deemed lawful and what is deemed ethical. I don't think that
Aaron Brooke. Brooke with all that black tar heroin, honey.
it's ethical to put screws in someone's heels of their boots so that they are more susceptible to injury or falling down.
No, just all shoes have that. Like you guys were saying, right? That's just the thing. They're there, it holds them in place, and then you can replace that crap.
I also don't think it's ethical to attempt to incentivize a person.
It'd be like me saying that ball bearings in my skateboard are nefarious because they can fly out, and like my wheels should just magically work without the ball bearings in them. Like I think that those screws need to be in there, right? The nail.
I'm the one who has a mental health problem. I have been calling my attorney, Ellen Sidney Wise, every single fucking day. Every fucking day. Every day.
At Patty Cat Bebop super chatted $2.11. We have blinkers. Happy to know they still work.
Yep, she. At least we'll know if her blinker's ever out. I'll be like, what? Something feels off today. What? Oh, there's no blinker.
To steal.
Thank you for the 3, Patty.
For any sort of display of entertainment. Additionally, I don't think that it's ethically acceptable or non-predatory to go into someone's home when they're unconscious and alter their clothing or shoes.
I thought you were going to say about the Botox. Alter their clothing and shoes. James Soroka took Josh's clothes and cut holes in them and then peed all over them one time. And they still talk and are buddies for some reason. I forgot I had this poll running. So a majority of you don't have cable and don't watch hockey. You guys are like me.
My second phone line has been locked for the last 3 days for.
Says iPhone unavailable. I guess I can, hold on. I can take a screenshot now and see what this is. Because I forgot to do that before, and I was supposed to. Let's find out. Oh, Cindy, thank you for getting 10 memberships. Welcome, good little angels, and hello, Maria. Maria, how you doing? Let's find out what this is. Poppin'. What is this? This is a James Soroka text message. I don't know why that's there. Okay, zoom in. And then, flip. iPhone unavailable. Try again in 3 hours and 38 minutes. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, she just forgot her passcode and she's locked out. She locked herself out. Dumbass.
I have photos of. My father called me on this phone line, which he typically calls on the other phone line, and I was able to answer it, but I cannot unlock the phone. I have asked formally for my phone to be unlocked, as well as 2.
Has her face gotten so fucked up that it doesn't recognize her? Honestly, when you restart your phone, it asks you to put in your passcode before it'll do a Face ID anyways, but imagine her face is like all, I don't know, her lips are all blown up and her eyebrows all doing the wonky face.
Alternative phones that I have, probably close to 100 times. I'm also aware of the technology that's required to be able to do it myself, and that there is a way I can unlock my own phone, and that there are YouTube tutorials available to the general public that give step-by-step instructions on how you can do so. Yet for some reason, I am not being permitted to do so.
What, follow the YouTube tutorial then? I don't know. There should be, it says to contact Apple. Maybe they'll ask you security questions and they can bypass that or something.
Call that predatory.
And it's reasons like this that I'm glad I got the job. I got 3 jobs at once one time back when I was a good person. Well, I shouldn't say good person. Back when I was like a hard worker, I guess, or whatever. And then I only showed up to one of them because I didn't need 2 other jobs. But one of them was tech support for Apple. Like, I would have gotten calls from people like this being like, oh, I'm locked out of my phone. What do I do? And it'd walk them through like an idiot through everything. And I would have hated my life. I would have hated it. So in some other parallel universe, that's what I'm doing. That's scary. I probably would talk to many Heather Gillespie types. When I was corporate, Steve, that's right.
Over the last week, there have been...
I was working at T-Mobile, and then, what did they do? They did something I didn't like. They, like, demoted my manager and gave me a manager that didn't even have access to system tools that could help me with my job. So I was like, what the fuck are you doing? So I went and sought other jobs, and I was like, look, I got a lot of other offers now. So I want a raise or else I'm going. And they didn't give me a raise, so I left. And then I went to the job that paid me the most money. And then I was like, well, if this job hates me, I still got those other 2. Because I was responsible. Responsible was the word I was looking for. Back when I was responsible.
Numerous very predatory sets of circumstances that have been curated around me without my permission or consent. I think the most troubling issue is that still 6 years after I began making this documentation about my children and I being unlawfully, unethically, and immorally separated, they're still with their father, as far as I know. When we went to court in 2019, 18, 19, I was deemed the primary custodial parent for each of my children.
I just don't like the jobs available right now, you know? Dominoes.
Since that time, I've been being used in various forms and capacities without my permission or consent. Most of the time, it seems like there is no pleasing them. I've complied to their every request.
You haven't. You haven't complied with the most basic things. The most basic shit. Don't talk about the court case, Heather. Don't talk about it on social media. Do you want your kid back? It's not even like they're saying, we want you to walk a tightrope from this building to the other. They would never say to do that, but they're not even saying like, you have to make all of these meetings that would be kind of impossible because they're like so far away from each other and you wouldn't be able to work at the same time, or then you wouldn't be able to see your kid. Like they're not giving you ultimatums like that or anything. They're saying, don't do the most basic common sense shit, or do the most basic common sense shit. Don't talk about the case, and you did it anyways. You're an idiot. Don't say like you've been complying. You haven't been.
I just want to be at home with my children, with enough money to survive so no one can hurt us.
Ooh, I hate this fucking version of her.
And they keep putting me on this backwards fucking line that doesn't operate from any space of moral or ethical decency, that flies all of their American flags backwards.
It was yesterday, the Weston case.
It asks me hours and hours of questions every day.
I don't know anything about Tisha Collins, but I heard she had court recently too. I think there's a jury trial or something happening, so I doubt that there was any resolution yet. I'm sure people will be covering it. I don't really know who covers Letitia. I know like Adonis Paul covers her. I don't know who else, but we should probably check in on that. I did like a rundown on Letitia Collins way back in the day, and she's been in jail for a while. Who else covers her? I don't even remember.
They call me their player, and I don't understand what that means. I don't want to be anyone's player.
Local Coco covers Letitia. I forgot about that. And some other crazy lady too that I'm not familiar with. But I remember seeing videos of some crazy lady, and then when Letitia Collins was the last time she was out before she went to jail. She had that boyfriend. Remember her boyfriend? And then she was like... It's funny because sometimes when I'm washing dishes, I'll just remember Letitia Collins being like, instant sanitation because the water comes out instant hot. Yeah, I remember you covering her around those times.
They talk about us like we're the fucking Sims.
I don't know who that guy is, but one time somebody sent me an email that was supposed to go to that guy, and they were like, fuck you, I saw you walking around with a neck brace in your face. I don't even know. It was the weirdest fucking shit. And I was like, I'm not this person. Who the fuck is this person? So that's my only thing I know about that, is that people email that guy, or try to, and they accidentally email me for some reason, and say a whole bunch of crazy stuff to them. But maybe I'll have to look in on that guy. I forgot about that. Let me see if I can find that. Hold on. I don't even know what email it went to.
I'm just gonna throw it away. It tastes like Splenda.
Splenda. This is the email that I got that I'm pretty sure was supposed to go to Tyree Sneed. Back brace for neck armor? More like a scarf. Tyree, do you really think start wearing a neck brace as a scarf thinking it would protect you? You are a dumb dork. You should be ashamed of yourself. Walking around in public like that. Keep losing, sucker. By the way, we have been going to your car lot and using it as a pick and pull. I don't even know what that means. We generated about $1,200 from selling parts on eBay. Keep losing, loser. So I was like, what the fuck is this? I don't know. Tyree sounds like he lives an interesting life. But I'm not that guy. Like, I don't know. I don't recognize the email. So, like, I'm on somebody's contact list with Tyree Sneed for some reason. I accidentally got sent that. Pulling parts from his vehicles. That was from a while ago, too. I think that was from like
I have reason to
ago?
believe that they
Over a year
are
ago.
human sex trafficking individuals in this area against their will. In addition to everything else that I just said.
I was wondering if it was like, I don't know.
I don't have any obvious upline, and I'm not sure if that's strategic or intentional.
Her eyes look very wide, you know? Or maybe I'm just like, I'm just probably high all the time, you know? My eyes are like fucking half asleep. Her eyes get like that too, though. I think the thumbnail, her eyes are all like droopy and like trying to drive.
Over the last 48 hours, 72 we'll call it, there have been narratives that have been perceived to be racial segregation narratives narratives to segregate by gender and sexual orientation, numerous other insightful narratives, for lack of a better term. And those narratives.
Your Sims? Heather had a baby with G-Man? What a weird baby that would be, huh? Betty Davis, I thank you for the heart fingers. What is this? Is that a heart? Imagine if I did that to you guys. Do you know my fingers are like falling apart from playing guitar again after letting my calluses go away? I don't even know if I want to show you guys. I should probably just show you. Look at them. Oh, you can't even see it. Good. They're bad though. They're like, my fingers are falling apart.
They become surrounded in supporting evidence.
These fingers are okay though.
To the point where
they'll be fine. They'll be fine though eventually.
Feels bothersome to even directly connect with someone with eye contact. And I was raised that if you don't give eye contact, it's disrespectful.
Now I can take a picture of it. Just picture Heather staring people down.
They call it a mashup when they show a range of emotions. They show off to their friends. They say, I'll do a mashup, and they allow the person to feel happiness on and off camera, sadness, fear, anger, etc. And they brag to their friends, look, I can make them cry, I can make them happy, I can...
Okay, this is what my fingers look like. See? They're like falling apart, man. Oh no. They're not as bad as before I took a shower. But before I took a shower, there was like holes in them. My fingers. Where is she even? Does anybody know? Does she know? Just outside the mall? When she's like
I've
just
requested on a number of occasions.
Staring around like that, I'm just thinking she's like, look at all these fucking filthy people all around me. You know, just crazy nonsense shit that you would hear in movies or something.
That my children and I be removed from the demographic that's being used for sex work, drug sales, or any other illicit behavior. I'm of sound mind and mental health. My name is Heather Gillespie. The date is June 16th, 2026. My children, their children, and anyone else within the demographic of individuals who believes that this type of exploitation is unlawful, unethical, immoral, and completely unacceptable.
Hello, Chaos. I don't know. She just I think she just likes it. Maybe she's playing music in her head to it. And she's like...
My cell phone. The cell phone that I primarily use to communicate with the alleged DCFS agency, who has allegedly had physical custody of my infant child since he was 3 days old. He's now a toddler, 2 years old. Has been locked for the last 3 days. I've not been permitted any access. I have photos and video evidence to support that. The only calls I've been able to receive from this device have been incoming calls from my own alternative phone number and from the phone number of someone alleging to be my father, who I believe was my father, but I can't be certain. It could have been a deceptive actor.
Who would pretend to be Heather's father? Like...
Hey, listen. Who the fuck is exploiting us? We need help. Help us. Okay. Yes. I keep a Glock on me, motherfucker.
At GeorgeEgg7386 super chatted $2.
Thank you, George. Thank you for the 2. And good job, Ashley. I haven't heard one double tonight. I don't think. Knock on wood. You're doing good. Keep it up. Sometimes I think she's playing Eminem in her head. You had one shot. She's looking out the window. Where's that other song when he's on the bus? I think there's another song. Can't remember how it goes. It might be Lose Yourself.
I've authorized and consented to being a part of numerous different task forces or consulting groups, including but not limited to, for the purposes of healthcare, medical law, and ethics, medical, individual, and apart from healthcare. All of this information is for the next generation. Never, ever let them convince you that I was lying. I've never been lying. That doesn't mean I've never told a lie. That means I've never been lying.
No, I don't think those two things could be true at once. Yeah, Stan with Xavier in the trunk.
Match down there. So they left the kids down there.
Oh, this is a weird live. She went live for like 24 seconds, and it was this.
When she got matched up here, the people down there don't give a fuck about the kids because she got matched up here. So they feel resentful. ... For the record, Heather Gillespie. Where the fuck are my children?
What was that about? Who knows? Nobody knows. X gonna give it to you.
For the record, as
Xavier.
an addition to the update yesterday that I posted onto my YouTube page, I just want to reiterate, none of the things that I'm posting on any of these For the Records are for entertainment or to get reach or any sort of audience.
That's why I post them publicly to an entertainment platform.
High numbers or anything like that. I'm documenting the curated situations that have taken place that have been completely inaccurate to
my character, my general overall quality and expectation of quality of life, and the differences in such. The mishandling of my situation as it has been portrayed to be some sort of, mental health illness, etc.
I think they might be on the money with that.
And all of that. And I do have hopes. I've been working with Disparity Law. I'm trying to get an in-person consultation there again to get updates. I literally have numerous, I would say 2 or more.
Disparity Law Group Accident and Injury Lawyers. Huh?
Of each of the cases that they serve.
They work for personal injuries, not you fighting a fucking family court case about you trying to raise a kid in a tent.
So Disparity Law has been on my radio.
Did Xavier hurt himself doing handstands in the hospital or something?
On my phone, on my social medias, on billboards as I pass by them in the Chicagoland area. They say that they do medical malpractice, that they do personal injury, that they do car accidents, that they do any sort of injury, that they do employment, employers' rights, etc., and so forth. And I most certainly have multiple of each of those.
The priorities, though, you should be working on getting your kid back.
With that being said, my children seem to be okay, even though I'm not able to have them living with me still. There is no legal reason why they cannot be living with me, and it has come into my awareness on a number of occasions that one or all of us may be or may have been being dulled throughout this experience.
What, dulled? I don't think I've seen this one. I might have, I think I missed it completely, so I was like, I'll watch it on Friday. What the fuck is she talking about?
So I am FTRing that, and that's for the
I'm for the recording that.
record. Additionally, my family has zero experience at all whatsoever with committing crimes or living a nefarious lifestyle. In 2000.
You dated a criminal. He was on a TV show.
2019, when Dylan was released, that is when everything kind of got very difficult for me. And I can only assume other people associated to the case. Weston, I have been told, is with Xavier's mother. I spoke with her about a week ago, and she said everything is fine, that everything is going well. I have refused to interact with the people who have been sexually harassing us through the cover.
Are you talking about the DCFS when they asked you if you were swingers and what dick size you like or whatever?
Of DCFS. I have sent to the judges.
Her and Lucy Orr, man. Lucy Orr was like, oh, I'm not gonna have any visits with my kids anymore because they're evil. It's like, okay, so don't see your kids at all then. That makes you look like a good mom.
The state's attorneys and everyone involved, including but not limited to my medical doctors and therapists, copies of all of the things that I have to prove that I was asking for assistance and help with the sexual harassment. Feels like a very...
You just posting nonsense videos, though, to YouTube and Instagram isn't really you asking for help from any actual authority, though. And then she'll probably say, because I feel like I know Heather Gillespie a bit by this point, oh, but I can't go to the authorities because they're in on it. You know?
Very similar repeat from what took place in 2015 that I've been promised I would never have to experience again. When we have court tomorrow, I have been advised with medical malpractice lawyers, my doctor's opinion, as well as my therapist's opinion, that I should be represented by someone additional to whomever has been there so far, who has been very consistent in being inconsistent to my defense or any defense that makes sense. My own attorney has blatantly refused to file motions on my behalf, and the judge herself has denied me access to SharePoint database.
She really wants to get into SharePoint, you guys.
Which is the database that I would be required use of as a pro se attorney.
I don't have any other way to upload documentation or evidence. If the attorney is refusing me the ability to do so,
She wants to flood SharePoint with all of her fucking social media crap.
and the judge is refusing me the ability to do so of my own effort, what would I be expected to do? My daughter Vivi is supposedly angry with me. I don't believe it. I believe that they have strategically and
I believe it.
enacted a strategy very similar to the one that I've given play-by-play detailed instructions, victimized me from 2015 to 2019, and I'm very concerned. She says that she's fine, that she's just angry with me because I've been sharing things on social media. However, if I don't make a documentation of this, there has been extensive amounts of threats that have come through my line to harm my children, harm my family members, and quote unquote, play their significant others against each other. I'm documenting for the health, safety, well-being of my family, my children, the next generation, my granddaughter, and anyone else that I'm associated with who
I hope her granddaughter never has to meet Heather Gillespie.
or may not be suffering from similar circumstances. And also because I do believe that AI is going to be able to eradicate this type of corruption and prevent it from taking place in the future. As is the mission statement in the bio of my account here, my brand is not for sale. At some point in time, there will be transcripts created from all of the lives.
There should already be transcripts to the live streams?
There will be summaries made.
YouTube has that built into it now, an AI summary. That's why I always have to say, I'm Steve Delive and I'm doing commentary, because then the AI will think I'm just like fucking Heather Gillespie or Brooke or whatever. I actually forgot to say that at the beginning of the stream. I am Steve Delive and I am doing commentary. What? Heather?
My summaries will be truthful to the best of my knowledge and ability. Alexis seems to be doing well. It is summer vacation for her. Obviously, she misses her mother and brother and sister. She does have several cousins, and for that, I'm very grateful. My son as well has several cousins, but he's the older, and my daughter and my son being the older two of all the children, they had to do a lot of stepping up at a time when they needed a lot of coddling. My children need.
She could just stream on private. She privates videos when she thinks it makes her look bad. If she didn't want the public seeing them, she didn't even need to publicly stream them. She could just stream them privately.
To be coddled when I was being abused and raped and exploited on national television and the internet. They deserved to be cuddled, and they never got that. So I would like everyone who has any sort of nefarious intention for my family and I to back the fuck off. Thanks.
So, and then I just put this at the end. So no court update, unfortunately. Family was called last minute and told they didn't need to come. So even they don't know what happened. One thing that, this is from Local Coco, by the way. Heather will not be getting more pictures of the baby after posting them online. They were actually sent to Xavier, but since Heather took over his phone as her second phone, she took them and posted them online. So I showed that at the beginning of the stream as well. But that is the most recent update, and that's it. That was like a pretty... She's done less, honestly, before in a week. There's been weeks where I've had to do pretty much as a whole throwback for Feral Friday, so I'm happy with that. That's like a nice, short, concise Feral Friday for us. Maybe I should have gotten like a throwback, but I don't really have any off the top of my head, and I should probably be saving them for like weeks where she only does a 6-minute live or something, right? But, lately she's been doing a majority of her lives, or at least a live every Saturday, and I've usually jumped on it because I've been around and sniped her, so maybe she'll do one tomorrow. And if she does, especially if she has live chat off, then I'll definitely snipe her so you guys can chat. So there's a place to do that. But other than that, I don't know. I can't see the future. But I want something to happen. I want to know the conclusion to the court stuff. I'll see if we can find anything else out about it. Hopefully we'll know more by next week. And thanks for hanging out with me, you guys. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. And I will see ya on the flippity flop. Toodles for now.